Hi, welcome to Blu Advisory. This is our 12th episode. I'm Nancy Kacungira, and I'm going to be talking about how digital media has transformed the world of journalism. And just three things we're going to talk about today. First of all, it's changed how we gather news. And this is evident in lots of ways. It used to be that you had to go banging on doors and talking to lots of sources just to find out simple things. Well, that's all changed with the advent of digital media. Everybody's on digital media. It's now easier than ever to find out more about sources, about events, about people, about things that are going on. But more than that, it's made possible open source journalism, which a lot of people are using now. And this is just a way of gathering news, especially for an investigation, using social media sites, using information that's online. You're able to track planes, you're able to triangulate information based on what people have tweeted. If, for instance, you were looking for someone who happened to be on a flight, you'd be able to look at lots of different sources in terms of people who were on the same flight, who might have taken photos or shared details of when the flight left or landed. It's practically crazy how many things you can find out now just because of digital media. So it's changed the way we obtain information, the way we gather information. The second thing it's really changed is how we share the information that we produce. It used to be newspapers, radio, and TV. Those were pretty much the primary sources of information and news that journalists shared their work on. Now we're seeing digital media become really important if you really want to connect with your audience. There are some audiences that consume content on digital media in a very different way than they would on TV or by listening to the radio. I'm sure, like most of us, we really like the comments section. Sometimes we post a piece of news and the comment section can be really interesting in terms of just telling you what other things people are interested in, telling you what they thought of the story. It's like instant feedback, which you wouldn't have gotten if you shared the same piece of work on television or on radio. So it's a great way to engage with the people who consume your content, find out what they think about it, and also find questions that might lead you on to pursue other things and other stories in the same vein based on how people have reacted to what you have said or what you have reported on. So it really has changed the way we share news. It's more and more important to have your content live online, on TV, on radio. Often it disappears. Once people watch it, it's gone. But online it lives forever. And that's a very important tool for lots of journalists who are able to refer back to things, who are able to link things together and make more sense of them. The third way that digital media has really changed journalism is when it comes to what we share. A long time ago, it used to be that you went to the news to find out what happened. But now we've got Twitter, we've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we've got Snapchat, always telling us what's happened. So it's becoming more and more important for journalists to tell us why what happened, how it happened, basically to build context around the news events, around the things that we see every day. So whereas I might be able to find out from Twitter what happened, I rely on journalists to tell me why it's important, to tell me what the context is, to tell me what it really means. And I think that's a niche that journalists can really capitalize on in the age of digital media. It's not just about speed, it's also about context. It's not just about breaking news, it's about explaining news. And I think that's one of the major ways that digital media has changed journalism. But all these ways that digital media has impacted and changed journalism obviously present an opportunity. And I do think that if you keep your ear to the ground and if you stay ahead of the curve, you can use digital media as a fantastic leverage for your journalism.